I have Guy Mao here with me today from Huntington National Bank, and just want to get Huntington's feel on how their involvement has been with the Ohio Growth Summit for the last 5 years.
Well, thanks, David, for having me. I appreciate it. We've really enjoyed the participation with the Growth Summit, and I personally have been involved in several of the seminars that we've had down there with whether it's around lending and how to help small businesses understand the lending process and how we do that. But what we've gotten from that is we've seen some customers that have come from that. We've certainly met a lot of really engaging folks, and one of my favorite parts in the whole time is when folks are doing their elevator speech or they're doing their pitch for what they're doing, and I think that's really interesting, and it's really intriguing the number of businesses that are out there and some of the ideas that folks have around their passion. So we've enjoyed being a part of it, and I think it's been a real win-win for both the folks there that attend that. It's a great educational opportunity for individuals to learn and meet other people who are in the same sort of position that they're in, and get a better understanding of what it takes to run a business, own a business, manage a business, and the portion that we fulfill certainly around financing.
Oh, great. What type of programs does Huntington have now that will assist the small business owner in becoming more involved with their communities and within their businesses?
Yeah, probably one of the key programs that we work pretty closely with, as you know, David, is the SBA program. Both the 7A and the 503, we're very involved in those programs, and through a number of initiatives, we've been able to really become the #1 lender in the state of Ohio around the SBA program, #5 in the country. So for a bank that's really the size of the Huntington, a regional bank, for us to maintain that kind of presence, and in our footprint, even in Michigan and in Indiana and in West Virginia, we also maintain that #1 status as an SBA lender. So we like to think we've got a real niche there, and that we have really carved out a section for us where we can be really, really good. We've got people on staff that understand the SBA. They can help our customers navigate that so that we can get their loans done very quickly for them in an efficient manner, saving them both time and money in that process.
Well, how long has the Huntington been the #1 SBA lender in the entire state of Ohio?
We've been #1 in Ohio for the last 3 or 4 years, and really in a top 5 position for probably going on 7 or 8 years. So it's been really exciting for us to sort of be involved in that and do that. We think it's a great program, and it's small business is really where the growth in our economy is coming from, and so we very much want to be a part of that.
Okay. I understand last week your president, your chair, along with the governor and state treasurer, had a press conference talking about the new initiative. Can you explain to us about that?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. We launched an initiative just about a year ago. In fact, it was the anniversary last week of the Job Growth Partnership with the state of Ohio. And we've committed over a long-term strategy, over 3 or 4 years, almost $1 billion in lending. As of this point in time, after the first year, we had $465 million that we loaned to over 2,000 businesses in Ohio. So we're really pleased about that and really happy to be part of changing, we hope, the economy a little bit here in Central Ohio and throughout Ohio.
Oh gosh, that's great. Now I understand also Huntington has an advisory board that's headed up by Reggie Thomas to help small businesses. How's that going?
It's going really well. It's in its early stages, but Reggie is leading that for us, and really trying to figure out and meet with small businesses, figure out what it is that they need, because we're always trying to change our programs and sort of find opportunities for folks that maybe we might be leaving out. So it's a great voice for us at the Huntington, and bringing that back to us, and then giving us some feedback on how we can look at some of the deals we're doing a little bit differently, make a few changes internally in terms of our process and procedure. So,
and what procedures does one need to take in order to apply for a loan with Huntington Bank?
Well, the first step really in the process is getting together the financial information that the bank's going to need. For us, that involves having a credit history for themselves. We need to have 3 years of financial information, which includes the tax returns for them personally, as well as the tax returns for their business. We like to see a balance sheet and an income statement, from our customers, and then a document that we call a personal financial statement, which really just walks through all the person's assets and liabilities. And that, if they've got those things along with their business plan, which is a big part, and you folks help them write those and develop those, and that's a big piece of what we ask them to bring to the table is that business plan along with the other financial information. And if they've got that, we can at least got a place to start and start talking about how we can work together.
How important is that credit score with your bank?
Really important. As times change and things get tough, we're absolutely in the business to lend money to folks, and we've really been lending throughout this financial crisis. We really didn't slow down any, and our standards didn't change. We're still looking for folks who have a good, solid business plan, have a good understanding of the field and the business that they're in, have demonstrated the ability to borrow and repay debt. And have some, equity that they're bringing into the equation. So, there's all kinds of factors that we look at, but at a high level, we're still lending just as we have been all along to folks who have a need and who have the ability to repay.
Oh, that sounds great then. Well, because I think banking is still being operated the old-fashioned way. It's helping that small business owner who meets the criteria as far as making things happen for themselves. And we all know that it's a sacrifice for small business owners to, knuckle down and pay attention to all the minor details what you need to get done.
Yeah, we like to talk to our customers as well about, really establishing a relationship with a banker or a bank before you need to borrow the money. So, get into an office, get to know a branch manager, get to know the folks who make the decision, open a checking account. Start with something like that builds the relationship. That way, when you're coming to the bank and you're looking for then an opportunity to borrow money, there's a little bit of a history that's already developed, and we've already started to get our relationship going. So I think that's an important part of sort of establishing that relationship up front.
Right. And will your banking office managers, will they assist them to give them guidance along the way? Once they understand their idea, like letting them know that you're going to need a business plan, you're going to have to, your due diligence and researching, like the area that you're going into, and, basically understanding, what risks are involved in getting your business started.
Yes, they will. And that's a great question. Really, the role that the banking office manager or a business banker takes in this process is really to become an advocate for the customer. Once we collect all the information, our job is to sort of take the story and make it come to life for the folks that help us out in our centralized underwriting area, and support them in terms of making that decision and then communicating that to the customer. So the more information that the customer brings in to us and is able to share with us and articulate that, the better position we're in then to go out and be an advocate for them in terms of the process. But we guide them along the way, tell them the things that we need, the next steps to take, how long it's going to take, what the process looks like, and those elements.
Oh, that sounds great because, I've been involved with your bank now, I want to say like the last 7 years, and had a great time working with, like all of the banking personnel and making things happen for a lot of our customers here at the Small Business Development Center. And I can just say high praises for like what you guys are constantly doing, throughout the marketplace.
Yeah, we really appreciate the partnership with the Small Business Development Centers. We see that as really an integral part of not only our community, but also of working with our customers. And it's really nice because you help them with some really key things that they need to understand, developing a business plan, building their business acumen, if you will, and understanding what it means to own a business and what they're embarking on. So by the time they come to us and we sit down and talk with them, they're prepared. And that's really, a big step, I think, and a big leg up for a lot of folks who haven't gone through that process.
All right. Well, I'll enjoy seeing you again at our Growth Summit on June 9, 2010.
We're looking forward to it.
All right,
thank you.
We hope to see all of you on June 9th, 2010 at the 5th Annual Ohio Growth Summit. You can go to OhioGrowthSummit.com to obtain more information about the event and the speakers that we will have there that day and the various breakout sessions that, can assist you.